Good morning, my dear students. I am fine and I hope that all of you will be fine. Today we will start a new chapter 12, which is Introduction to Algebra. In this, we will learn about different terms in algebra. First of all, we will come to know that why there is need of algebra and what is algebra. Let me explain with the help of an example. Suppose I am telling Ram has 10 rupees more than Shyam. Ram has 10 rupees more than Shyam. I don't know how much money Shyam has. So how can I express the money of Ram? In this situation, I have to use algebra, which is a generalized method or generalized arithmetic. We can understand like this. Let the Shyam has rupees X, rupees Y, Z, anything we can take, and these literals means we are not knowing how much money Shyam has, so we are not writing or we cannot write the number he has. How much money he has, for that we cannot write the number. We use some alphabets instead of the numbers, because we don't have the idea of the money that Shyam has. For this, we will use alphabets, and these alphabets are called literals. These literals are also called variables. As I am telling, as we don't know the money Shyam has, might be possible Shyam has rupees 10, rupees 20, rupees 30, and then we correlate with the money how much Ram has. As in the beginning I told, Ram has 10 rupees more than Shyam. So if Shyam has rupees 10, then Ram has rupees 10 plus 10, 20. If Shyam has rupees 20, then Ram has rupees 20 plus 10, 30. But we don't know how much money Shyam has. But we have a statement, Ram has 10 rupees more than Shyam. So we will consider in this case algebra. That is, we are using the help of alphabets instead of numbers to express the relation between the money of Ram and Shyam. And these literals are also called variables because the value may be vary. Value may vary. If Shyam has rupees 10, then Ram has 20. If 30, then different. If 40, then different. So all the alphabets which we use to express for money, for weight, for rupees, for age or other different quantities, we use literals or called literals. These literals are also called variables because the value of the literals changes. Okay? So if Ram money we want to calculate, we write first of all, let the Shyam has rupees X. Then Ram has X plus 10. Since we do not know the value of X, then what will we write the money? So we simply write X plus 10 rupees Shyam has. In another case, suppose I am telling in a unit test, a student A got 5 marks more than a student B. I don't know the marks of a student B. Then how can I write marks of A? So first of all, we let the marks of B will be y, then marks of A will be y plus 5. Okay. Means then what is algebra? Algebra, a form of generalized arithmetic, is a method of calculating by means of variables. By means of variables which represent quantities and signs which represent the relations between these variables. We will see different terms in it. Now, constant. First, I discuss with you algebra. Now, I am going to take the algebra I discussed. Now, literals. Alphabets we used at the place of numbers, we used to say them literals. As we don't know the money option, so instead of numerical value, we use here alphabets, and these are called literals. So literals are written in small letters like A, B, C, etc. X, Y, Z, X, Y, Z. Among them, any one we can write. These literals are also called variables because their value vary. Variables because their value vary. Now constant. The next term is constant. The numerical values are constants. As I am writing here 15, so it is fixed. 15 is a fixed value. I am writing 20, it is a fixed value. The value of 15 and 20 will not change. So these are called constants. These are called constants. Then we come to know that some patterns is given in our book. For example, if I have 1, another I am taking 1 plus 3, then I am taking 1 plus 3 plus 5, then I am taking 1 plus 3 plus 5 plus 7. So we are getting a pattern here. Next I am discussing with you patterns. Here we are getting patterns. In this case we are getting 1, here we are getting 4, here we are getting 9, here we are getting 16. You observe that it is a square of 1, it is a square of 2, it is a square of 3, it is a square of 4. Like this, if patterns given to us, we may write a relation between them. As in this case, the pattern we write n square, where n is a variable. Where n is a variable. So to represent this pattern, we write in algebra like this: n square. N is variable which represents or which belong to natural number. Which belong to natural number. And this pattern may be generalized in this way, means n square. Now the value of n will be 1, then we get 1 square, which is 1. The value of n will be 2, then 2 square, which is 4. The value of n will be 3, then we get 3 square, which is 9. The value of n will be 4, then we will get 4 square here, not cube, sorry, not cube, it is a square. So it will be 16. Like this, you will be given pattern, and you have to think to write the pattern in the form of algebra. Okay. Now I am going to discuss with you operations with literals and variables. Operations with literals and variables. Suppose as numbers also. Suppose A had rupees 10. B had rupees X. Now total money A and B had. Total money A and B have. What we write? Money of A plus money of B. Here you have to understand, I have written number and variables. So operation of numbers and variables written like this. We use any of the operations, whether if it is given find the product of the money of A and B, that time we write product of money, product of money of A and B is equal to 10 multiplied by X. Find the difference of money, we can also write difference. Find the or divide the money of B with the money of A, we can also write. Means these are the operations with numbers and variables or literals. Okay. Now next I am going to discuss with you numerical expression and numerical statement. Try to understand what is numerical expression and numerical statement. Now remember simplification that you have studied. Simplification means you have studied 80 divided by 4 plus 2 into 2 minus 10. Like this you have learned in simplification. So this kind of expression is called numerical expression. It is an example of numerical expression. Numerical expression. Our topic is numerical expression and numerical statement. Numerical statement. This topic I am discussing with you. So, if an expression is written in this form only with the numbers is called a numerical expression. Numerical expression. Now, what will be the value of this expression? So, 80 divided by 4, that is 20. 2 multiplied by 2, that is 4. 24 minus 10, that is 14. Means we can write it 80 divided by 4 plus 2 multiplied by 2 minus 10 is equal to 14. Means after solving this expression we get result 14. Now only because of the sign of equality this whole becomes numerical statement. Numerical statement. In this case, there is no sign of equality. We only have the numerical expression, and as soon as we are writing the value of this, it will become a numerical statement. Is it clear to you? I hope you understood What is numerical statement and what is numerical expression? Another example I am taking. Simple example. Suppose you are having 16 divided by 2. So this represents a numerical expression. And if you are having 16 divided by 2 is equal to 8, it will become numerical statement. Okay. Similarly, we will learn algebraic expression and algebraic statement. Let us see with an example. Here I am writing algebraic expression and algebraic statement. Algebraic statement. Okay. Try to understand it. When expression written, that is as in previous topic I discussed with you, operations with numbers and variables, when that operation is written in this form, look at here, x plus 5, x plus 5. So this is called an expression or numerical expression. This is called an expression which consists of number and variable. Another example I am taking, x plus 5 minus 3. Okay, it is also an algebraic expression. Means an expression which consists of different terms with addition and subtraction sign, or operation with addition and subtraction called an algebraic expression. Means an algebraic expression is a collection of variables and constant terms connected by the symbol of addition or subtraction. Now algebraic statement. If I am telling SI, simple interest, is equal to principal into rate into time by 100. This will become an statement. This will become a statement, an algebraic statement. So this is an example of algebraic statement, and these two are examples of algebraic expression. Why statement? Because here is sign of equality. When sign of equality comes, then we understand that it is a statement. Without sign of equality, if only the variables and constants related with plus sign or minus sign, then we consider it is an expression. I hope you understood algebraic expression and algebraic statement. Now, terms. Here, each term, whether it will be a variable or a constant, which is connected by the symbol addition and subtraction, means the part of an algebraic expression separated by the sign plus and minus. These two are the part of algebraic expression. Here three are the part of algebraic expressions. So these are separated by now. X is separated by 5, with the symbol plus and 3 separated by 5 with the symbol minus. So these are the algebraic expressions which are separated by plus or minus symbol. So we can say x is a term and 5 is also a term. Similarly, x is a term, 5 is a term and 3 is also a term. You can calculate this and then you can write x plus 2. So x is a term and 2 is also a term. So this expression is an algebraic expression with two terms. With two terms, you can write like this also: x plus 2x plus 5. Now in this case, how many terms we have? So in next class I will discuss with you like and unlike terms. We are having 3 terms from here we can write, but these 2 terms are like terms. So we will solve it. It will come 3x plus 5. So we are having exactly 2 terms, and these terms are connected by the symbol plus. Now we will read next topic, that is power of variables. Our next topic is power of variables. As you have read chapter power and indices, there you learn that to multiply. Here I am writing power of variables. Power of variables. You have already learned 2 into 2 can be raised to the power 3. If a number multiplied by itself 3 times, we can write power of 3. If 2 times, suppose it is written like this, then you can write power 2. Similarly, if a variable multiplied itself 2 times, 3 times, 4 times, we can write power in that. Means x is a variable, it is multiplied by x, again multiplied by x, then we can write it x to the power 3. If p is a variable, it is multiplied by this, we can write p to the power 2. If a is a variable, it will be multiplied 4 times, we can write a to the power 4. So any variable multiplied itself as number of times, we can write the power. The number of times it will be multiplied itself. I hope it is clear. Now, factors. The last topic. Today I am going to discuss with you factors. Try to understand this. Related to this, you are having question in exercise 12.1. Factors. You have learned in case of numbers, 2 into 3 is equal to 6. 6 is multiple of 2 and 3, and 2 and 3 are factors of 6. Here, if we are having 2x in case of algebra, now 2x, this can be written as 2 multiplied by x. 2 multiplied by x, we get 2x. So, 2 is a factor of 2x and x is also a factor of 2x. These two are factors of this 2x. Is it clear? So, the factors of an algebraic term are the constant or variables which divide the given term completely. Example, 2 is a constant term and x is a variable. So the factors of 2x will be a constant or a variable. So factors may be a constant or a variable. I hope all of you understood today's class. Now you are having homework. Exercise 12.1. Thank you.